So guys, the wait is finally over for these videos and I apologise that I forgot about them. So anyway, I'm coming in here, I've already sculpted out my nails. I'm using Commando by Shinties, I'm sure it is. Definitely a Shinties one, I'm not sure if it's the older colour or if it is Commando. So all I'm doing here is placing a larger bead on and just shaping into the nose shape of Rafiki. So these videos, there is 6 in total as there is 3 nails. What I've done is I've went in and sculpted out the full of each animal, and then on the second part of each video I went in and painted them. Now you can go in and just use the colours of acrylic, but a lot of people don't have loads of different colours of acrylic, so I thought this would be the best way to do them. So I'm just trying to smooth out each part of this nose, as I'm going along, so that you don't have to come in and file any of this design. So I'm just using the belly of my brush to pat in those sides, press up the bottom and bring that top into a point, and just smoothing that down onto the nail. Now I'm coming in with my dotting tool just to place in those nostrils. So all I'm doing is popping in a hole and kind of moving my dotting tool around in it to create those nostrils, like as you just seen there, like this. And then I'm just removing some of that because I did use too much there, and then I'll blend it back down with the point of my brush. So now picked up another bead of acrylic and I'm just placing on that bottom section of the mouth. And again, just using my brush to manoeuvre it into position, blending it down and making sure it's in the correct shape. Once you're happy with that, pick up another bead and then you're going to come in and place on these little cheeks, I think they are. Not very good with mandrel anatomy, but do you know the little ribbed bits? So the bits under his eyes, I think they are his little cheeks. So just placing that bead on. Now you want to try and get this in as good a shape as possible. Make your brush into a point and keep that section down the side of his nose. Obviously not a gap, but you're wanting it to have that indent in there. So just pressing it with the belly of my brush and making sure it's in good shape. Tucking the sides in and bringing it into that corner of that nose. I'm now going to take my needle pen and just leave these imprints in the side. I felt this was the easiest way to add these details on. And then once this is done, I'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to let you watch me doing that. Sorry, I said I'd let you watch me do that, but I'm sure my battery died and we skipped that section out. So anyway, we're taking this other bead and we're going to place this top lip section. So straight under that nose, and then you're just going to push it up under the nostrils, but not so that it flows right into the nostrils, because you don't want to fill those holes that you've previously made. So just pressing it down gently, trying to create that top lip and keeping it all neat and tidy. So you have plenty of time to manoeuvre this acrylic, so don't start panicking. You have a lot of time to play with this and get it the way you want it to be. So I'm sure this brush is my Brillword brush if I remember correctly, just in case anybody was interested in finding out. So that's looking pretty good so far, but I do just want to come in and blend the lip and that cheek area together. So just using my small 3D brush, I think it's my petite brush by CGP if I remember correctly, just pushing that little bead on and blending it in. So I will move my hand about, flip it round and stuff, trying to get into each section. So I do apologise if I go out of shot during this video, I don't mean to. But anyway, now we're still using that small petite brush and we're just placing on the eyes. So I'm just using the tiniest little amount of acrylic and just gently dotting that on until I have enough for the eye section. While I was doing these nails, this one especially, I had a photo of a mandrel sat in front of me that I could use for reference, so I was trying to get all the proportions correct. I really enjoyed doing these nails. It was really relaxing and I love seeing how real life they come. Obviously they're not real, but I tried to get them as realistic looking as I possibly could. So on that nose area, I'm just adding that tiny little bead there just to connect that nose onto that top lip area. So still using that small brush, and I'm just pressing in the sides and pulling down to blend into the top lip. So now I'm just going to use another little bead just to emphasise these nostrils slightly. So I'm just placing that on and bringing it round, tucking it in and smoothing down. Trying to keep those cavities and those nostrils quite clear because we will come in and paint them later and you want them to be standing out pretty good. So constantly just tucking and pressing this into place, and then I will come in again and do the same on the other side. So with this little bead here, all I'm doing is the same, bringing it right round that nostril edge, and then I will bring this side in to connect to that mouth close to the centre of where the nostrils meet, if that makes sense. See me just tucking it in there. So at that top section of the nose, I need to extend it out further. Looking at the photo, it comes up further than what I've done it. So just using a small bead just added onto the end, blended in and then pulled up into a point. So I'm coming in again at this bottom chin area, would you say? Maybe it's chin, I think. As I say, I'm not very good with mandrel anatomy. And I'm just wanting that to extend out of the nail more and just fix the shape of it because it does look quite small compared to what I've done the top lip. So I'm just trying to balance that section out. So he's looking pretty good now, but I am going to take another bead and just add on this little bit under his chin. This is going to be his little hairy tash bit, well, I'm not sure what you call it, But yeah, this is what this section is here. So we're just blending that up into that chin, and down to it's down to like a small point. So still using this small petite brush, we're going to work on is it like the eye socket area, the bit where your eye sits in your eyeball. So we're just using small beads and we're just working that round the eyes, and then we'll come in and do the sort of bit where your eyebrows are positioned as well. So as you can see, it's just gentle pressing and patting that I'm doing with my brush, just manoeuvring that acrylic into position, and using the points just to blend sections into each other. And then I'll repeat on this eye as well, just doing the same thing again. So once I was happy with those eyebrows, excuse me, I'm now going to come in and fill in that section, joining those cheeks to the under of the eyes. Now you want those eyes to stay quite prominent, so you are using quite a watery bead of acrylic here just to fill in those gaps. So after joining those eyebrows together, I'm coming in with another bead of acrylic and we're just going to make those eye sockets pop more. So using a bigger bead, and we're just moving it around so that it connects to the top of those cheeks, but you can still see all the indentations, and then just pulling it round up until the top of that eyelid area, eyebrow area, whatever it is. It's one of them, I can't remember, it's that long ago since I've done this, but it all comes together and you'll see what I mean just shortly. So we're just continuously pressing and pulling, that's all I'm doing here, and tucking in that corner. And then just doing the same again on the opposite side. So I'm just going back to the top of that part of the head, the eyebrow area, and we're just going to make this stand out even more. So we're using a larger bead again and we're just smoothing round to make it more prominent. And then once you're happy, just repeat the same process on the other side.